want to take a moment to thank executive producer Churchill Cigar for sponsoring this reaction. We really appreciate your sponsorship and hope you enjoy the reaction.
Welcome back to another EP sponsored reaction for the month of December. This one is episode 2 of Doctor Who. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell as well. Tell a friend to tell a friend over this holiday season that we over here watching Doctor Who Season 1. Let's go.
Special shout out to executive producer Churchill Cigar for sponsoring this reaction. We really appreciate it. And then just a couple comments from the first episode from 2 months ago, starting with Jason, who says, "I'm so happy this is a top 5 show of all time for me, and I get this reaction and this current season's premiere on the same night. Allow me to geek out for a bit with some fun facts that the show began in 1963 and ran almost continually until 1989, when it stopped until it came back for the series that you have just started. In fact, the pilot for the show aired on the same day as the Kennedy assassination, which was a great Easter egg in this episode. Since it aired on that day, the whole world was watching the news, and the show almost didn't make it past its first story. A couple of things to keep in mind: this show is meant to be watched by families together, so there are things in it for everyone from the kids to the grandparents. You never know what genre each episode will be. They range from scary to funny to sad, drama to social commentary, and everything in between. This particular episode, since it had been 18 years since the last new Doctor Who story, was designed to get people back to watching it while onboarding people who hadn't watched any of the previous 558 episodes. I am so excited. Thank you and great reaction. P.S. All your questions are great, but I can't spoil anything." Alright, Heidi comes in to say, the nostalgia I felt watching this. I started watching this when I was about 15, and this brings back so many memories. As Jason said, this show can be taken in many different ways. There is a lot of corny joke scenes in it, but it can be quite an emotional show at times and quite scary as well. No spoilers, but this is the first TV show that ever made me cry from watching it. Similar to Firefly, there will be overarching questions that you won't find out until watching through to certain episodes, but they do address a lot of the main questions people have, so if there's something that you keep wondering about, it will likely come up later. Hope this series keeps going, as it's a brilliant TV show, and I'm already feeling the feels just from the first episode.
Okay.
Executive producer Jeremy says, "I started Doctor Who with the 2005 reboot, just like you have. My only knowledge of it prior to the reboot was seeing seconds of it during reruns when flipping channels. I didn't have a lot of interest in it because science fiction for me is 50-50. If it has something to say or does something interesting, I can like it a lot. If not, I can get bored real fast. And from the bits and pieces I had seen, it looked a little cheesy, and on top of that, I hadn't really watched a lot of British television. I had a video store I would go to that had a lot of TV series, and I would always see the first season of the reboot there and thought about renting it. One day I watched a different British show, Robin Hood, and that was pretty good, so I went back for another show called Primeval, but it wasn't there anymore, so I rented Doctor Who. I thought the pilot was kind of interesting, and since I had rented the whole first season, I was able to binge the season in 2 days, and by the end of it, I loved the show. Over time, this show has become one of my absolute favorites, and I'm really glad I'm able to see your reaction to it."
Oh,
great comments,
nice
guys.
Story.
Yeah. Alright, last comments from executive producer Faye, who says, "All of my family loves Doctor Who, at least a little. I have a TARDIS, the blue police box the Doctor has, tote that my mom made me. One year, my sister had a TARDIS cake for her birthday, which my mom also made, so I'm excited to see more. As RJ said, there are different versions of the Doctor, since it wasn't explicitly explained here. Think of them as different versions of James Bond." Okay, that makes sense. You'll often hear people say that they like the 4th Doctor or the 11th Doctor. For me, 10 is my Doctor, and it just means the actor was the 10th one to play the part. The Doctor in these episodes is 9. Okay, great.
Okay.
That makes sense. So they're not like morphing into other people.
Yeah.
As for connecting with the material in Community, Inspector Spacetime is a complete parody of Doctor Who, and you know how much Ovid loves it. So there are no Blorgans or Thoraxes, but these were drawn from Doctor Who things.
Yeah.
Alright guys, great comments. That was really insightful, so I appreciate that.
A lot of good background.
Let's jump into episode 2 right now.
I'm the Doctor, by the way. What's your name?
Rose.
Nice to meet you, Rose. Run for your life.
It's going to cross.
The assembled odds of Genghis Khan couldn't get through that door, and believe me, they've tried.
Are you alien?
Yes. You could
And
come
I'm
with
just
me.
okay with it.
Is it always this danger?
Yeah. Right then, Rose
Wait,
Tyler, you
wait,
tell
wait,
me, where do you want to go? Backwards or forwards in time? It's your choice. What's it going to be?
Forwards.
How far?
100 years.
How far?
There you go. Step outside those doors. It's the 22nd century.
You're kidding.
That's a bit boring now. Do you want to go further?
Fine by me.
It's a bit boring, love.
10,000 years in the future.
Oh my god.
Step outside, it's the year 12,005, the new Roman Empire.
You think you're so impressive.
I am so impressive.
You wish.
Right then, you asked for it, I know exactly where to go. Hold on.
I would have went outside and checked
Oh,
all
yeah, you ain't verified
You
nothing.
haven't gone outside.
Sound like an old broke locomotive. You trying to damn start up. So what is it now?
Where are we?
The year 5005.
We're
that
yesterday.
Impressive, right?
4 minutes earlier.
What year is it? They still use cheap marble?
You lot. You spend all your time thinking about dying. Like you're gonna get killed by eggs or beef or global warming or asteroids. But you never take time to imagine the impossible. That maybe you survive. This is the year 5.5/Apple/26, 5 billion years in your future.
Oh my gosh.
And this is the day. Hold on.
Oh.
This is the day the sun expands. Welcome to the end of the world.
Intense. That's like you said 5 billion though? Or-
Yeah, 5 billion.
Well, at least we'll be safe for a while.
Yeah. Good.
We good.
So who built this apartment though outside the planet?
They,
Like, where we at?
they're like, it's fancy times.
Oh, it's one of those things.
Shuttles 5 and 6 now docking.
Oh, babe, it's about to be the expanse. We gotta live in space.
Weapons, teleportation, and
About
religion.
But that's not. That's a jukebox.
It's a fucking jukebox, yeah.
How come the records are all lost?
Refreshments will now be served. Earth death in
That song's old as fucking 5 billion years ago.
Yeah.
Will the record even survive? Biodegradable?
Yeah, girl, that shit is overwhelming as F.
Doctor,
No, you're very kind, but I'm just the steward.
They go for the blood sting of all the balls.
Oh, you think those are bombs?
Why you keep giving them to everybody?
Identify species. Please identify species. Now stop it. Identify his race. Where's he from? It's possible.
What is it? What is this race?
Probably didn't get no identification.
Oh, good call, mate. Those are like from Lost in Space. Or the what's this? Mission? Not Mission. Tom Cruise movie.
Sorry, am I allowed to be in here?
You have to give us permission to talk.
You have permission?
Thank you. And, no, you're not in the way. Guests are allowed anywhere.
Hey. What's your name?
Raffaello.
Raffaello.
Yes, miss. I won't be long. Just got to carry out some maintenance. There's a tiny little glitch in the face of Beau's suite. There must be something blocking the system. He's not getting any hot water.
So you're a plumber?
That's right, miss.
You still have plumbers?
I hope so. What's the matter with you?
Where are you from?
Crispallion.
That's a planet, isn't it?
No. Crispallion's part of the Jagged Brigade, affiliated to the Scarlet Junction, Complex 56. And where are you from, miss?
I don't know
If
anything
you don't mind me asking.
No, not at all.
Jersey.
I don't know. It's a long way.
That's where I used to live when I was a little boy, down there. Mummy and Daddy had a house built into the side of the Los Angeles crevasse. I'd have such fun.
What happened to everyone else?
Right.
The human race, where did it go?
They say mankind has touched every star in the sky.
So you're not the last human?
I am the last pure human. The others mingled. Oh, they call themselves new humans and proto-humans and digi-humans, even humanish. But do you know what I call them? Mongrels.
Oh my gosh.
Right. And you stayed behind?
I kept myself pure.
How many operations have you had?
708. Next week, it's 709. I'm having my blood bleached. Is that where you wanted the word? You could be flattered. You've got a little bit of a chin poking out.
I'd rather die.
Honestly, it doesn't hurt.
I mean it. I would rather die. It's better to die than live like you, a bitchy trampoline.
Oh, well. What do you know?
What do you know?
I was born on that planet. And so was my mum, and so was my dad. And that makes me officially the last human being in this room, because you're not human. You've had it all nipped and tucked and flattened till there's nothing left. Anything human got chucked in the bin. You're just skin, Cassandra. Lipstick and skin. Nice talking.
That's just horrific.
She's the actual last human.
What's a tree like you doing in a place like this?
Respect for the earth.
Come on, everyone has cut off with zillions.
Well, perhaps it's a case of having to be seen at the right occasions.
In case your share prices drop. I know you lot. You've got massive forests everywhere, roots everywhere, and there's always money in land.
All the same, we respect the earth as family. So many species evolved from that planet. Mankind is only one. I'm another. My ancestors were transplanted from the planet down below. And I'm a direct descendant of the tropical rainforest.
Excuse me.
And what about your ancestry, Doctor? Perhaps you could tell a story or two. Perhaps a man only enjoys trouble when there's nothing else left. I scanned you earlier. The metal machine had trouble identifying your species. It refused to admit your existence. And even when it named you, I wouldn't believe it.
What is it?
But it was right. I know where you're from. Forgive me for intruding, but it's remarkable that you even exist.
Rising. Sun filter rising.
The whole thing's jammed. I can't open the door. Stay there. Don't move.
We're gonna go in switch.
Earth death in the
Yeah, that makes sense.
The metal machine confirms. The spider devices have infiltrated the whole of Platform 1.
How's that possible? Our private rooms are protected by a code wall. Moisturize me, moisturize me. Summon the steward.
I'm afraid the steward is dead.
Who killed him? This whole
about to
event
find
was
out.
sponsored by the face of Bo. He invited us. Talk to the face, talk to the face.
Easy way of finding out. Someone brought the little pet on board. Let's send him back to Master.
Wait, she's doing all this? Oh. I was like, I thought it was guys in the. Yeah,
The adherents of the repeated meme. Shakus.
That's all very well and really kind of obvious, but if you stop and think about it, a repeated meme is just an idea, and that's all they are. An idea. Remote control droids. Nice little cover for the real troublemaker.
Oh.
Go on, Jimbo. Go home.
I bet you were the school swat and never got kissed. Atoms!
What are you going to do? Moisturise me?
With acid. Oh, you're too late anyway. My spiders have control of the mainframe. Oh, you all carried them as gifts, tax-free, past every code wall. I'm not just a pretty face.
Sabotaging a ship while you're still inside it? How stupid's that?
I'd hoped to manufacture a hostage situation with myself as one of the victims. The compensation would have been enormous.
5 billion years and it still comes down to money.
Do you think it's cheap looking like this? Flatness costs a fortune. I am the last human, Doctor. Me. Not that freaky little kid of yours.
Arrest that!
The infidel? Oh, shut it, Pixie. I've still got my final option.
Earth death in 3 minutes.
And here it comes.
3 minutes.
You're just as useful dead, all of you. I have shares in your rival companies. They will triple in price as soon as you're dead. My spiders are primed and ready to destroy the safety systems. How did that old Earth song go? Burn, baby, burn.
Then you'll burn with us.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I know the use of teleportation is strictly forbidden, but I'm such a naughty thing.
Naughty thing.
Spiders, activate. Force fields gone, with the planet about to explode. At least it'll be quick. Just like my 5th husband. Shimmy.
Safety systems.
Bye-bye, darling.
Safety systems.
Bye-bye, my darling.
Heat levels rising.
Just so she can't say her little flat, creepy ass
Steward
self.
would know how.
No, we can do it by hand. There must be a system restore switch. Jade, come on. You lot, just chill.
Turn off, turn this on.
Yeah.
Earth death in 2 minutes. Earth death in 2 minutes. Heat levels critical. Heat levels critical.
Yeah, you can win.
And guess where the switch is?
Heat levels rising. Heat levels rising.
Oh, there you go. It stopped with me.
External temperature 5,000 degrees.
You can't. The heat's gonna vent through this place.
I know.
Jade, you're made of wood.
Then stop wasting time. Time Lord.
More so
She's a Time Lord.
Level is rising.
That's what he is, the Time Lord.
Rising.
I thought they turned him off.
The end of the earth. It's gone. We were too busy saving ourselves. No one saw it go. All those years, all that history, no one was even looking. It's just.
Come with me.
I'm definitely gonna take you backwards now.
Let's go look at good stuff. Maybe this is the rough first one.
It's a bit extreme. Maybe overdid it.
You think it'll last forever? People and cars and concrete, but it won't.
Oh no, wires and
One day
pipes.
it's all gone. Even the sky. My planet's gone.
Okay, I was just going to say that.
It's dead. It burned like the earth. It's just rocks and dust. Before its time.
What happened?
There was a war and we lost.
A war with who? What about your people?
I'm a Time Lord. I'm the last of the Time Lords. They're all gone. I'm the only survivor. I'm left travelling on my own because there's
Can't
no
you
one
go
else.
back and fix it?
Who's me?
You've seen how dangerous it is. Do you want to go home?
I don't know. I want.
Gotta go home, think about
Oh, can you smell chips?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want chips.
Me too.
Right then, before you get me back in that box, chips it is and you can pay.
No money.
What sort of date are you? Come on then, tightwad, chips are on me. I've only got 5 billion years till the shop's closed.
No, she had her sense of humor back.
Alright, that was episode 2 of Doctor Who. And while I found the episode very formulaic because I've seen so many type of shows like that and that premise right there, I did like the overall meaning of it and the bigger picture of look at the earth with no people on it and then this is what happens to it. And then as a human from that time looking at that, she was just like in awe of it happening. Overwhelmed is really the word. And then all the aliens too. So it was just one of those. Of course, it had some things that they couldn't imagine 5 billion years in the future for a spaceship to look like. So, you know, I'm going to give it that. And I'm going to just keep giving it all that as we watch these shows because it's supposed to be one thing and then they be having some other things in there. But hey, it's 2005 when they was doing it. But overall, I did like a little bit more of a revealing of Doctor Who. Now we know. I figured it was going to be, you know, standard operating procedure. His planet died. He might be the last one. Yeah. Now it's going to probably turn out he ain't the last one. Some probably, you know, when they get further on some shit. And then you know they got enemies. Which I think they got into in the first episode. Like, they enemy whatever. Yeah. I don't know. Some main villain thing. So that's coming down the line. But This episode, though, I thought that was good to really establish if she's going to stay or she's not going to stay, and I think they did that. So we'll see if we get to watch another one. So here we go.
Shout out again
Yeah.
to executive producer Churchill Cigar for sponsoring this reaction. I thought this was really entertaining. I thought it was a lot of fun. The whole premise of the last human part was nasty as hell, and I hated it.
Flat.
So
skin.
nasty, so gross. Like, let it go. And I like the concept of everyone already having left Earth, and essentially there's no humans left because we intermingled with other species, so to speak. So I thought that was kind of cool as well. I thought that it did have some high intensity moments as far as the shields coming down with the sun blazing through. I thought that was really great as well. And I liked, to your point, also getting a little bit more insight to the Doctor's past. We definitely saw more emotion from him this episode. He seems such a, like, upbeat, can't be brought down type of person, but we really got to see some layers pulled back and some emotion as far as him tearing up even when the tree girl said that she knew where he was from. I thought that was great. And then also he had anger this episode, which we haven't seen before either. So
I feel like we're going to see that a lot.
yeah, I like the fact that he's not one dimension, that he has a lot more layers to be peeled back as well. So yeah, I thought overall it was a very entertaining episode and look forward to possibly checking out the next one.
Yep. All right, well, look, thank you guys again for watching another EP sponsor reaction for Doctor Who Season 1, Episode number 2. And until next time, people, peace.